Hey everybody, and welcome to the Unova, my team starter thing that we're doing here. Been a while. Just kidding. We literally just posted a video, so here's the second one for today. As promised, I got it done. I know. Normally I don't, but god damn it, am I trying? But yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and get started here with our Pokemon Black. We've only got one more after this, which would be Generation 6. I don't think we're gonna make it to 40 views, so I'm not planning on doing a Sun and Moon my team thing. Besides, the game will be out by then. Make sure you guys check out those Twitter polls. Go to @GoodGuyWooper on Twitter, so that way you can vote on our starter Pokemon, our game, and what we will be live streaming tomorrow. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get this thing started. Alright, so at the number 6 slot, we've got Leavanny. And now if you're wondering, why is Leavanny this low? Don't you love your bug Pokemon? Well, it's not actually low. I want to start out by saying every Pokemon on this list I love equally. Unova is probably one of my favorite regions. Like, it's really high up there. But I love Leavanny. It's a great grass bug Pokemon. Although, weirdly enough, it doesn't get status moves, which was something I wasn't expecting out of a grass bug. However, that doesn't change my opinion of it. It was just a really fun Pokemon to use. It was actually a lot stronger than I expected, I'll tell you that much. I wasn't really expecting much out of it. But I haven't actually tried to use any of them competitively. I don't know how good they actually are at that. I just liked it. It was one of my more recent playthroughs where I found a Leavanny. I was just like, you know what? Let's give you a chance. I love all the other bug Pokemon in this region. Why wouldn't I like you? So I went ahead and I caught it, and it ended up being one of my powerhouses on my team, which I did not see coming, like, at all. I thought I would end up dropping this Pokemon. Speaking of dropped Pokemon, we're gonna have to bring that situation up here pretty soon. Alright, up next is Bisharp. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this now while I'm thinking about it. There is no starter Pokemon on this list, and I will explain here why later on. But actually, one of the major reasons is Bisharp here. I love so many Pokemon in this region that I just didn't have room for Pokemon I didn't really care about all that much. So Bisharp ended up taking the slot of my Snivy. Unfortunately, it is kind of a late game Pokemon, so you really don't get it until later on. I would definitely recommend, if you're playing through Black and White and you just happen to have an extra copy that you've already finished it, just send over a Poniard early on in the game rather than trying to race one right at the last second. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can do it. It's just, it's more convenient to have a Bisharp through the game rather than just at the end of it. But Bisharp is a powerhouse. I love running it competitive. I usually go with my knockoff Focus Sash Bisharp. That is definitely the way to go with this one. He actually pairs up very nicely, at least as far as competitive is concerned, with another Pokemon here on this list. Alright, next up we got my boy Scrafty. Now, I love Scrafty so much. Alright, so it's another one of those Pokemon, and actually most of these Pokemon I ended up just catching because I loved their design. I would say Generation 5 was probably one of the more solid generations, although there were, for me, it was either I absolutely loved the Pokemon or I hated them. I mean hated. I'm looking at you, food Pokemon. I don't know whose idea that shit was. But anywho, I named this guy DeMarcus LeBron James because it was the most badass name we could come up with in our high school synth line. Yeah, that's right, we had a synth line. All three of us were on piano, and it was awesome. But besides that, Scrafty kind of holds a special place in my heart, especially because we used to have this Scraggy that we would actually keep on our synth line, and his name was DeMarcus LeBron James. So that's actually where that ended up coming from. And I have actually used Scrafty competitively. Oh my god, get that dragon dance up and start Zen headbutting the fuck out of everything. Like, no joke, just do it. Just do it sometime. You won't regret it. Alright, next up we got another bug. Galvantula. My poor sweet sunshine. I named it Yellow, and I don't know why. I think it was because I couldn't really come up with a good name that wasn't quirky or stupid. So I really liked Galvantula. It was everything. It was like from its design, its typing, its speed, its attack, the moves it got. There was not one thing I disliked about Galvantula, except for the fact you can't find plushies of it anywhere. Or Joltik. Oh, poor baby Joltik. Like, this is one of those Pokemon, again, that I just instantly fell in love with. I was like, oh my god, I need a billion of you, and I want you all in my house. Which is weird, because I hate spiders and, you know, bugs in general, as I've mentioned before. There's just something about Galvantula is just so amazing. And it wasn't until Generation 6 that he actually got Sticky Web to where he had something to do competitively. Because thereby he ends up outspeeding like everything. So if you get Electro Ball on top of that, you could Sticky Web Electro Ball them and it would do way too much damage for its own good, man. Like, way too much. Up next we got Scolipede. Scolipede, aka Frankie or the Frankster. No, okay, maybe not the Frankster. But I don't know what it was, but the first, because I hadn't watched the Pokemon anime since Hoenn, and I ended up watching an episode of the black and white one. The first one I watched was Venipede, and I was like, holy shit, there are way too many Venipede here. Venipede, like, to this day, has been a very, very special Pokemon to me. It's the only Pokemon I've actually actively gone after all the plushies for their evolution line, although they are very hard to find. I've tried to collect everything I can as far as Scolipede things go, but it's just, they're so hard to find. But look how fucking cool this guy is. Even his shiny form is like way too badass. But like, man, just like, if there was one Pokemon you could armor up and then ride into battle like majestically with like a sword and shield or some shit, Scolipede would be that Pokemon. Because I mean, you've got like a centaur, beetle, scorpion, fucking centipede thing. That is some shit to fear, folks. Last but not least, we have Chandalar, my absolute favorite ghost Pokemon of all time. There's not one ghost Pokemon to come along so far that I haven't loved that I have loved as much as this Pokemon. I actually have, you guys have probably seen it before if you watch any of my Facecam stuff. On my 3DS that we use for our Let's Play that I'm trying to look for right here, or that we use for our Let's Plays, it's Chandalar themed. So it has a Chandalar on the front of it. If you open it up, it has a little Chandalar pattern on the inside. If I could get more Chandalar merchandise, I would fucking love that, but it's another one of those Pokemon that I just love to death. And overall, I think Unova is just a really solid region, and it doesn't get the love and respect that it deserves, even though there are some Pokemon that are a little iffy, in my opinion. And Chandalar is one of those Pokemon. Oh, well, he's a chandelier. I was like, no, he's haunted. It's like a spooky ghost house. Spookiness. Be afraid of him. But either way, I love this guy to death. Use him competitively. He's kind of a fucking monster if it wasn't for his speed. Well, guys, here we are. We're at the end of Unova. Only one more region to go, and only one more day to go until Pokemon Sun and Moon's midnight release. Now, I will be posting some videos of the midnight release that we are going to here on Thursday night. Tomorrow I will be doing a live stream all day. It looks like something random is in the lead. So we might just be doing whatever miscellaneous thing. I've had a few votes for animation, so I might be working on the animation, but that's what it looks like. Nobody's really too interested in doing an Oras send-off, so I guess that's what it is. So if you guys have an opinion on that, make sure you leave a comment down below on what you want me to stream tomorrow. It could be literally anything. Alright, well, that's about all I got to say. So you guys have a great day. I fucking love you. Keep it good, guys. Keep it good. Good guy Wooper out. Don't die. Bye-bye.